But okay, so Aldo, can you talk a little bit too? And this is a very interesting thing too about the percentage. Like, so there's an urban myth out there that people are buying in a corporation.
Yeah,
they're buying residential in a corporation.
right.
So give me the
So
the
the exceptions I just gave you really talked about individuals, people. Yeah, there's a restriction as well on corporations. So any corporation that has not been incorporated in Canada or one of the provinces would be prohibited. Okay. But even where a corporation is incorporated in Canada or in one of the provinces, there is a prohibition if any one of the shareholders or equity owners owns more than 3% of the voting shares or the equity in the assets. Now, this is a significant prohibition because normally control in a corporation would mean 51% ownership of the voting shares. But here, if there's a foreign owner or a foreign buyer that owns even more than 3% of the voting shares, that corporation is prohibited from making a purchase.
That's crazy.
It is.
Yeah, that's insane.
Can I ask a few
That's the
questions,
rule.
gentlemen?
Yeah.
One of the questions is, how are we looking for proof of this for the exemptions?
So citizenship seems to be a key thing, and so obviously someone born in Canada, birth certificate or passport will establish that. For any of the other exemptions, well, the Indian status, obviously they'll have a card. For the permanent residents or the temporary residents, they will have been granted that status by the government, so they will have some documentation from the government that creates that category for them. So they should produce that.
So has this changed the international marketing that RE/MAX does?
Well, that's a great question. We're kind of keeping it. We're still going to continue the international marketing. There's absolutely without a doubt, especially in the luxury. We're keeping it tempered because I know a lot of consumers, especially in luxury markets, are looking at international buyers. That's a commonplace. At the end of the day, we're anticipating that there has been talk that they might reflect some free trade laws, so they might Americans could be exempt, Mexicans could be exempt, and things like that. There has been talk of that to soften this up a little bit, but again, that's down the road. But yeah, we're still at the end of the day, it's all about getting eyeballs on our properties, this is going to be a little bit of a different time for the next 2 years. And Elizabeth's going to talk about we're actually putting something in our Schedule B about this. It's not a catch-all, but it's going to be something as well to protect you as well. But it's not a total protection piece. But there are some others that Elizabeth will talk about later on. So
last question: are all the exemptions capped at $500K purchase price?
No. Well, no. The only exemption that's capped at $500,000 is a student under a student visa.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, which is another big part of the market too, right? That we've had it, especially in university towns.
Correct.
Right. Mm-hmm.